Well, I do want to make you feel a little better, Tony, because when you came on last time and you were talking about all the things that you were rewatching, you inspired me to go on a rewatch. And John and I talked about this. It also kind of worked out perfectly because it's this show's 25th anniversary and it's my favorite show of all time. So I started rewatching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Um, and with this talked about this with John. Woo,
Mhm.
words. Um, and I'd like already gotten up to season 3 because I was just like, God, I love the show, and it just like goes so fast for me. And then I saw John started episodes 1 and 2, so I was like, F it, I'm going back and I'm just gonna rewatch again because I can and I love this show. So I rewatched episodes 1 and 2 again.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you want to talk about like somebody spending some time rewatching? I'm like
I
rewatching my rewatch.
I just watched that show for the first time this past
Yes.
year. Nicole was like, "We should watch Buffy the Vamp," because she watched it when she was,
Yes.
you know, young. And I was like, "Yeah,
Are
okay,
you
I'll
saying
watch
she's
it."
old now? Tony.
John,
Yes.
come on. Let's not
Okay.
beat around the bush here.
You guys, like I can't.
Andrea
I'm
is just
so
so
freaking excited.
excited.
I'm losing my shit.
It was, we could probably do like a whole like separate show on just us talking about this, but I was
Yep.
watching it with her, and like halfway through, I think it was like probably the first season, I just looked at Nicole and I'm like, Angel's a douchebag.
Oh, those fighting
How
words.
dare you?
Oh man.
That is my man. Get out of here. Like literally from childhood, one of my first crushes.
Same with
Angel.
Nicole. Hut said the exact same thing. She's like, that was
Oh,
my first crush. And I'm like, ooh, poor judge of character.
not at all. Not at all. Where are you in the series
Um,
right now?
Okay, so we took a break
Okay.
once Nicole had to go back to school and everything. And so I think we were on, oh man, so it was one of the later seasons. It was after Buffy. It was like the season they brought Buffy back from when she died. And then
wow,
they
just
thought
dropping the
Spoiler.
spoilers. I mean,
I know. I was like, oh
that
shit.
is like 20 years old. Like,
I know. But I definitely was like, oh my God, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. And I couldn't like say anything to stop you.
I
I was
was
like,
about
it's
to say,
gonna happen.
I was about to say spoilers because it seemed like you're going to say something, but I'm like,
Yep.
it is not a new show.
it is
not
not.
a new
Even
show.
though I'm
get
watching it, like,
Also, you don't know what time.
Mm-hmm. You don't. I just said
well,
the season. I didn't say when. I said the
Renato
season.
is in the chat and he also hasn't seen it, so you just ruined it for him too. So
Oh,
let's just, wow.
All right, we're
Wow,
ruining it.
Tony.
I ruined it. I just ruined it. That's actually gonna like weigh heavy on me because I had the Sixth Sense was ruined for me when I was younger. I have never seen that movie. I saw it
Ooh,
once, but I
yeah.
never got to experience that movie. I got to
Yep.
watch the
Same.
movie,
Right.
never
Okay.
experienced it.
Same.
And I think
Mhm.
I just did that to him, and I'm gonna carry that burden.
I think I'll be okay. I think this is not the same as The Sixth Sense.
It's not quite like that
Like,
big, but
the
it is
enjoyment
a
of The
big
Sixth
deal.
Sense kind of hinges on that.
Yeah, not
Yes,
knowing the
yes.
secret. Absolutely. So
Buffy's
nobody
a great
say it just
show.
in case. But
Exactly.
yes. Yeah.
Buffy, great show, regardless whether you know that happens or not. The
Yes.
Sixth Sense, completely two different movies if you
Yep.
know that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100% agree. Cause yeah, I got the same thing. I got the same experience of watching the movie and being like, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
And it
it's
would be
still
joyful.
good.
It'd be
It's still
joyful if
good,
you
but
experienced it the first time and then you went
yes.
back and
Yes.
watched it the second time.
But when your only experience is like watching and knowing and being like, yeah, it's still a good movie, but there's just something about like having that experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I also
Okay.
had the fifth. No, the sixth Harry Potter book was ruined for me. So
Oh
I never got to experience that one
no.
either. And
Oh, I'm so sorry.
that was the first time I was this close to decking the kid that said it to me too.
Yeah,
He did
that's
it on
legit.
purpose.
they do it.
Totally as a killer.
That happened to my sister too. It was on purpose, and it just
Oh,
like
mean.
mhm.
somebody has no joy in their life. Like, how could
Yep.
you do that to
I
somebody?
mean, see, this is before people really were like internet trolls, though. These people became internet trolls.
I
Mhm.
You
guess,
know,
yeah.
they're like, oh, I got
It's
to go
just
online now to like satisfy my, feel
yeah.
important and get a reaction out of people.
Oh, that is the worst. Like the purposeful too. That's just like, oh, that's so mean and
Yeah.
petty.
Hmm.
Doing it on
Gross. Like the
accident. Mm.
yeah, like I spoiled something, back when The Walking Dead was like really, really huge. I spoiled something for somebody and it was an honest mistake and like it was days after like the episode aired. So I really thought like I was safe in saying it because they were a big, Walking Dead fan and I ruined it and I felt terrible. I felt awful. But, like, I didn't go there being like, "Ha ha ha, gonna bust open the door and tell you all about, like, who lives and dies in this episode." But
That was when we were I was at a friend's house after Endgame came out,
mm,
and he thought that everyone in at the party had seen Endgame,
ooh,
and he's like, "Yeah, it's just like when," and then he said it, and this one dude and his wife in the back said, "Yeah, thanks, man. We're
oh,
actually gonna see it tomorrow." And I'm
no!
like, "That's 10 years. That's 10 years of
Just, like,
cinematic.
evaporated.
God."
Oh. Oh god. Oh, that
Yeah.
hurts.
Well, if you remember, friend of ours did something like that to Alan at your place.
At my place?
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
no. What is
it was
this?
Wes. It was Wes. He
What did
did
what
that.
do?
He Alan hadn't seen, I think, I don't know if it was Endgame or if it was Infinity War, one of those two yet. And, room full of people.
Uh,
So Alan's typing. I'll see what he
That's what he
remembers
said.
this and stuff.
No, it was Infinity
Infinity
War.
War. Okay. So yeah, I remember this
oh.
as, oh man.
I don't remember this at all.
I'm extra cautious
Which
about it now. Like I really try to ask, hey, somebody seen this? I know a lot of people are like,
yeah.
oh, we're gonna talk quiet, or we weren't gonna say spoilers, but sometimes you say stuff that,
Mm.
is a
Ooh.
spoiler to someone and not a spoiler to others, and it's tough. So
Ouch.
I usually, though,
Ouch.
going back on the original point, I think
Yes.
you get 15 to 20 years. If it's 15 years to 20 years past the air date of the episode, the movie, the show, the series ended, right?
Mhm.
Kind of all bets are off. You had
I think
15 to
even 10 I
20
think even
years.
10 years. I think even 10
Yeah.
years,
Maybe 10 years.
but I still like if I'm talking in depth with, a group, I still will probably check, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
are you interested in watching this at all? Like, kind of thing.
Well,
But
especially if it's like one of those like seminal shows, you know what I mean? Like something like big, like cultural touchstone kind of,
yeah.
like there are people who just are like I keep meaning to get around to it or whatever. So yeah, so if you're going to go like deep dive into something or reveal like
But
we even now we're just like don't ruin the sixth sense for somebody out there. Like it's been
mhm.
a really
Yes.
long time. But we're like don't do it because it's so important to like it's so pivotal to the movie that if you ruin it like it's
That's true.
ruined.
And
I
that's kind of an iconic
yeah.
movie, too.
That's what
See,
I mean. Like I would try
mhm.
not to spoil something like that level of iconic for somebody.
Renato's way less generous here. He says he's thinking like 1 year. Yeah, 1 year. Uh, well,
That's
here,
cutthroat.
there's two ways. I mean, one is like, it, if you're waiting that long, do you really have any intention? Like, okay, I keep putting off, I keep meaning to, but clearly it's not that important to you. Watch it. If it's several years gone by. But at the same time, something is always new to someone else. Like we were alive
Yeah,
and went to the Sixth Sense
that's
when it
true.
came out. So we had all this time, but someone else is just 14 now, maybe
Mhm.
has never heard of the Sixth Sense.
Discovering.
Right. They find this movie, whatever
Mhm.
that someone says they should watch, and you know, now it's
Right,
time. Like,
we're a generation that got to watch, like, older stuff without it getting spoiled, you know what I mean? Like, stuff that
mhm,
wasn't, like, directly of our time, but still, like, classics, and
mhm.
and we didn't get things, like, ruined for us. So, yeah, so it's hard, like, if someone's experiencing it for the first time, I don't wanna ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Renao says he's watching the Cowboy Bebop anime for the first time now.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know, you just like
to have that
you just hear
experience
about
again.
it. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. There's
I did it just recently, even though like I've been, a fan of anime for a long time now. Obviously, not as quite as long as somebody else, but it was just one of those like seminal works that I knew I had to get around to, but it was really hard to get it started because it was just like it's so pivotal. Like I
Mhm.
don't know, there's so much pressure to watching it, it feels like.
It's
Well, and
not a show and it's emotion. It's like Top Gun. Remember, Top Gun with
Yes.
Tom Cruise? That's not a movie. That's an emotion.
I feel that.
wow. I mean, I don't know if I watched that movie all the way through. It was kind of
Shut your
Top Gun?
face.
yeah. And I like
Oh,
Tom Cruise. I
Wow.
like Val Kilmer.
Oh, that
But
is peak right there for the both of them.
yeah,
I'm
well,
literally gonna cosplay for Maverick.
Nice. Nice.
okay. I'll be Iceman. That's, sounds good.
Oh. Oh, no,
Hey,
yes.
Yeah, no, you're thinking
I
of
was thinking of
Goose.
Goose.
We might have just given away something there too
yeah,
for
you just
anybody out there.
Don't worry, I'm past the
I,
20-year mark. We're good.
Right.
yeah,
Right. We passed our own litmus test. It's good. It's fine.
yeah.